Yeah, hello guys. Now we'll see the React calculator project. So the problem statement given is to create a simple calculator app. So the instructions given are that to create a simple calculator app according to the GIF below. I'll show you the GIF shortly. The features which are required are to add, multiply, subtract, divide, clear, and equal. And they've also given a condition that add or multiply, subtract, or divide can be clubbed together just like a normal calculator. And they've given also a bunch of instructions which we are required to follow. And this is the model that they have provided. So without further ado, let's just see our code. Yeah, this is code we have written. So I've done it as a single page application. So we have just taken our CSS file over here and we have put a state over here, the input variable over here. So and we have also given a detailed comments over here. The state to store the user input. The user input in this case is the numbers or symbols or whatever the operands or operators you are going to enter that is going to get computed. So handle button click is a function which once we click the particular button, that value is going to get propagated to the input field, right? So that is this function which is going to handle that. So here we have given a custom function evaluate function as I had problems setting this up with eval function which was not secured it said. So I have written an evaluate expression function which is some sort of similar to eval inbuilt function. So I'll show you that function shortly. So we are going to set the input, catch errors, and for we have given particular conditions. If scene comes means the input will become nothing because once we clear there will be nothing, right? As you might have already known. So next we have given for this particular value plus or minus, we can check the symbol and invert it similarly, and that does. And finally, we have given us input plus value, which is how we are going to give our operand plus operator and that format. For that format, we have done that. As I told before, evaluate expression function is over here. This is a custom expression for doing basic arithmetic operations. What it does is we have defined all the basic arithmetic operations and what it needs to be done. And we have also done a regular expression match check for doing the computation calculation. So if we have some invalid expression like for example say 0 divided by 0, it will tell invalid, right? So that's sort of an error checking measure I have taken over here. There's a stack and a current operator which is going to store all our operators and operands and help us with the computing operations. And we have written like the parsing thing or checking the things whether they are correct numbers and the calculation or computing value is correctly done and storing those values, popping the stack, clearing the things. All the functions are given over here, and we've also handled error over here. And we're going to yeah, as I told before, the same thing. Invalid expression checking is done over here also. So basically, this is the entire eval basic expression function, the custom function which I have created. Next, I have given options, which are these are our options or button values, which are going to be done over here. And now we finally arrive to the HTML part where you have the default thing is an app, and I've created a container div inside of it. And inside that container div, I have two other divs. One is the display, and another is a function. The display is just going to be a blank input field, which is going to display all our computations and inputs, like just as in a basic calculator. And the function thing is where we are going to handle and write the logic to do the computational thing. So in the functionalities, everything is going to be a button. And as I told earlier, I've defined all these options, and we are running a loop or I can say map on it to dynamically generate everything. So if you want to add some other functionalities, you can just add the item to the options and it will get dynamically generated up here. And here also I have a condition where if value is 0, that a double class should be added to it. I'll explain when I show the original project why that is required. And nothing more fancy over here because all the functionalities as I have mentioned earlier are here. So now let's just get over there, and the code is uploaded to the GitHub as requested. And yeah, this is our calculator app. I've just gone with a pretty bare bones design for it. So now let's just check the operations, and given in the requirement sheet it says add, multiply, subtract, divide, clear, equals, and we can also club something together. I have decided to club the plus and minus signs over here. Though separately and explicitly mentioning them over here, I've just, for the purpose of following that instruction sheet, I mentioned the plus and minus over here also. So nothing is over there. So let's just say I'm going to add 23 plus 17. So let's go. So add works perfectly. Next, let's go to minus 40 minus 20. So as I told earlier, I have given when the value is 0, double thing. That is for a CSS purpose. So 0 takes up two button spaces. That's why it's given us double over here. So let's just check the functionality of the minus. 40 minus 20 should come as 20. And yeah, it works. And let's check the multiplication thing. And let's check the divide thing. Okay, that's great. So once we go into press clear, everything should become blank. And it works as intended. So now let's say plus or minus. We are going to, actually it's plus by default, right? So now we have changed it to minus. Let's say minus 5, and we are going to invert it to plus and then minus. So let's add two minuses together. So minus 5 minus 8, it should give us minus 30. Okay, not a number. I mentioned that earlier, right? It's a error checking measure which is done over here, so it doesn't allow minus calculations. So let's just clear that, and let's go to 5 minus 3, come to minus 2. The sign is inverted. So yeah, it works as expected. So that is my project I have done over here.